What's going on, Sip Sip? How y'all doing? Thank y'all for coming back to Sip Smoke and Sip. But I got a question for all my Christians. I want you to give me scripture and verse of the New Testament where Jesus manipulated people into giving him something. Yeah, you heard me correctly. I want you to give me verse and scripture, a book and scripture, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, whatever. 1st and 2nd Corinthians, all that, whatever. Show me a scripture where Jesus manipulated people into giving him something. Yeah, that's what I want you to do. This is Sip, Smoke, and Share. What we talking about is from pimp to pulpit. Because I have a problem with a lot of pastors and I have a problem with a lot of churches is because they manipulate people into doing things they would normally do under normal circumstances. Case in point. I'm going to show you how manipulation works. You can convince people to do things that they wouldn't normally do if other people started doing it. Yeah, I said you can convince somebody to do something that they wouldn't normally do until other people started to doing it. Because now it becomes a pressure. It becomes an unverbalized pressure that they feel because guess what? They don't fit in. And most people aren't made to stand on their own, or go against the grain. So, here's my point. When people in the church, when it comes to giving, right? When it comes to giving, why is it that they highlight the people that tithe? Yeah, you heard what I said. If you've been to a Baptist church, most of the time when they start giving, when it's time to give, what do? They want everybody to stand up that's tithing. All my tithers come up. Bring ye into the storehouse. And all the tithers stand up. That's a separation. Because a lot of people may not stand. Somebody may not be a tither. But then what it does to them mentally is that they want to be a part of it. You understand what I'm saying? They come in on their own accord. They come in as they are, which Jesus said, come as ye are. Right? But then the manipulation starts when they separate the two. And they make two different groups. Tithers, not tithers. There's nothing more than manipulation. So where did Jesus, in the scripture, I want you to tell me, because if I'm wrong, then I'll be wrong. And we'll read it out loud. But where in the Bible did Jesus manipulate his people to give? Or he manipulated them into doing something that they would normally do? And our black churches are guilty of this. I haven't been to many white churches, but black churches especially and black pastors are guilty of this. So they went from pimping to pulpit because it's easier to get Christians to give you their money than it is to convince a woman to sell her body and to give you all the money from her dealings. God said, bring ye the tithes into the storehouse. Let my tithers stand up. So now we're separating people, and then people want to be a tither, so they go and you manipulate them into giving you money. So that's just a question that I had. Show me in the Bible. Somebody send me a scripture. Put it in the description below. I don't think you can find it. And if you can, prove me wrong. Just go to all of my pimp player pastors and some of you supporters of pimp player pastors, right? Yeah, y'all have a good day, Sip Sip.